Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for this video. I always say that, right? Every video I'm like, I'm so excited for this video. But no, really, I'm excited for this one because I barely ever do reviews on my channel. And today we're doing a review. We're putting 3 products to the test, and it's going to be the brush, the Beauty Blender, and the brand new Silisponge. And we're gonna find out what is the best way to apply foundation, which tool should you use to apply your foundation, because there's just so much going on right now. All these brands are coming up with new things, so we're gonna put them to the test. By the way, if you guys have used any of these products before and you have a winner already, leave it in the comments below so we can kind of keep the conversation going and see which one you guys are loving the most, because it's obviously my opinion. I want to know what your opinion is as well. I am talking way too much. I apologize. Let's get started. So as I said, there are 3 traditional ways of applying foundation. And I feel like the traditional brush, which doesn't look like this, I am going to insert a photo right now so you can see what it looks like. I actually don't even have this right now with me because I feel like the last time I used this brush, I can't even remember. I don't like using this because it leaves streaks. And this is definitely one that I would absolutely not recommend for foundation. And then there's this guy over here, which I've used a ton of times. This is a kabuki brush. You can find this pretty much with any brand right now. I feel like all these different brands make it. This is a double-ended kabuki brush by It Cosmetics. I think it's a really, really good one. So then there's the Silisponge, which is a new invention. I feel like this is pretty much going around. It's definitely a viral product right now. And then of course we've got our traditional Beauty Blender, which is another very popular product to apply your foundation with. So let's put all of them to the test and see which one wins them all. Okay, so first I'm gonna go ahead and apply a foundation using a traditional kabuki brush. So right now I have about 2 pumps on the back of my hand, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this all over my skin. So as you can see, 2 pumps covered this area over here, not even my forehead. I mean, I have a little bit left over, so I could try and cover maybe the top of my forehead lightly, but it's gonna give me more of a very light coverage. And then right now I'm gonna switch to the Silisponge, and I'm gonna try 1 pump. This is so funny. It looks almost like the shoe insert that you use for your shoes. So it looks like when you first apply it, it looks a little uneven. You do have to work a little bit harder at blending the product, because when you first apply it, it almost feels like too much product. You're not really blending it into the skin. You're almost just like keeping the product on the surface of your skin. And then you just have to really tap the Silisponge on your face to make sure that it looks nice and even. So the pro would be use half the product. As you can see, I used 2 pumps on this side, 1 pump with the Silisponge. The benefit to using a kabuki brush, I feel like it just was so much faster to apply the product, and it did blend the product into my skin so beautifully and naturally at the same time. But of course, it did take twice the product. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove my makeup on this side of my skin, which is basically the side that I used the kabuki brush. And then we're gonna go ahead and test the Beauty Blender on this side. So let's try with 2 pumps. So it looks like I used 2 pumps for the Beauty Blender as well. So I feel like the Beauty Blender and the brush both take about the same amount of product. I do think that the brush gave it more of a medium coverage, whereas the Beauty Blender gave it more of a sheer coverage. So it just tells me that this definitely eats up more of the product. So if you like more of a sheer coverage, maybe the Beauty Blender is a better option for you. But if you like more of a medium to full coverage, I would say the brush does a better job of keeping the product on your skin more so than like soaking it in. But I think if you are trying to save the most amount of product, the Silisponge is definitely the winner. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys this side again so you could see this is the Silisponge. I don't know if it's the most even application, if you ask me. This definitely looks a little bit more even to me, but it is very sheer, so I feel like I would need to go back in with 1 more pump to be happy with the coverage of my foundation, and that's a lot of pumps. So I feel like if I were to use a Beauty Blender every day, I would need to use like 4 to 5 pumps of foundation, whereas with this I would probably get away with 4 pumps total, sometimes even 3, and then with this guy I would probably just need 2 pumps. But I will say that it's going to be very, very difficult to use the Silisponge to apply your concealer. It just doesn't really blend, it just leaves it kind of it just kind of like messes the product around your face without really blending it. Okay, so now that I have my makeup on, I have to say the winner for me for every day is gonna have to be the brush. I feel like it's just so easy to use. It blends beautifully into the skin. It doesn't leave harsh edges. You don't see foundation on the skin. It's just easy to use. So this would be amazing for every day. If you were going to like a special occasion, you want your makeup to be perfect, I would also say combining the two is a great idea because this blends everything unlike any other product that I've ever used. So I feel like if you want it to really be seamless, especially when it comes to your, concealer, I would say that the BeautyBlender is a must-have. So I would say keep this for special occasions. I wouldn't use it every day because it's kind of a hassle to first of all wash it to make sure that it's clean every time. But if you want to save the most amount of product, then the winner is the Silisponge. So it really depends on what you're looking for out of your, everyday use. For me, I didn't love this. I didn't love the way it applied product on my skin. It wasn't terrible, but it's just not one of those things that I would ever use, to be honest. But that's because, for me, application is more important than saving foundation. But I know some of you guys out there might want to save more foundation and you don't really care too much about how the product is blending into your skin every single day. So in that case, using this would totally work. So again, for me personally, I think the brush is definitely the winner, but it just depends on what you're looking for. I gave you my review on all three of them, so I think you should be judging what you need most out of your foundation every day and kind of go with that. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Let me know what your favorite is if you've tried all three of them. If not, would you want to try any of them specifically? So let me know in the comments below. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I love you guys and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.